Right, I'm going to preface it by thanking you all for coming out and loving Gizmo. This meeting's for him. I'm not from here. I've stayed here. I came over for the garden party as part of a contingency of 42 people from the Lower Mainland. I was involved very heavily in the initiation of Cliff Camp in Maple Ridge. Indeed, I'm the one who found the precedents you people set. 2008, 2009, campers came to me and asked me to speak for them, to cite that precedence. I knew it was going to work. They didn't. I'd been talking to our mayor, our new mayor in Maple Ridge, since February. This was May the 6th this took place. I stood at the end of a road, a block away from the Salvation Army, with some 30-odd tents along the side of a residential street, a cul-de-sac next to the main highway across the street from the biggest strip bar in 30 miles. And I had 24 people in chairs across the roadway refusing to move. They were mad as hell. And for the first time, I got listened to. They took it seriously. And they came back to us and said that we could stay. They broke the law themselves, their own law, to allow us to stay, and then set to work on trying to solve it. They're still trying to solve it. They're still having their difficulties. I've been to Abbotsford in the early days. We the people, in common, in community, can change the way this country operates because it's broken. Anybody here hasn't been evicted?
No kidding. How many times, eh?
What does that mean? That means that we're not fitting their mold. Where's the problem? Maybe it's their mold. There was a dream in this country when I was a young man that you would get yourself a wife, a house in the suburbs, 2 kids and a car and a half, and you could do that for under $50,000. That meant that if you were a working stiff, a carpenter, a mechanic, a laborer, you could afford the Canadian dream. What's the Canadian dream now? Win the lottery, roll up the rim? We have an opportunity with the court's support to change Canadian society for the better. Let's do a good job of it. Let's do it for our children.
Teamwork.
Children's children. For those that come after us. This may be the only opportunity we're going to get. Let's do it right.
Right on, brother.
It needs to be done. We all know that. We're all a product of this broken system. We know where it's broken. We know why it's broken.
We know how to lead ourselves out of
We
it.
finally have come together in community to challenge the status quo, and the court's listening.
Wow.
This is a moment in history. Let's not drop it.
Right on.
Let's see it through.
Right on.
For our children's sake, our children's sake, and all the way down the line. Thank you so much to our Native people, our Indigenous friends. Thank you for being our host on these lands. Thank you for showing us how to stand in the face of tyranny and repression, which you've done for, what, some 200 years. Thank you.
Amen, Bert.
Right on.
Sonic, plug-in.